Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show a Napoleon Total War battle. It is an online battle, 3 versus 3, and it is on Italian grassland. We have um, my alliance is consists of 3 countries, Great Britain, and I play Austria, and I have another ally, Prussia, yeah, and the enemies are Great Britain, another Prussia, and Sweden. So both our army has a Great Britain and Prussia, but I play Austria and the other enemy plays Sweden. And let's see what is the constitute of the army. So firstly, let's go from the left side of my alien, the British alien. They have 4 cavalry units, and he has 5 light infantry units, I think, light foot, light foot, light foot, all light foot, and he has general and a lot of foot and the Coldstream Guard. Oh, Coldstream Guard, that is very great elite infantry, and the King German light foot, King German Legion foot, 88, and King German Legion foot. And I have 4 cavalry units as well, 1 Ulan and a Cuirassier and Hussars and another Hussar. And I have only 4 light infantry, actually it's 3 light infantry and 1 Butcher Jägers. They are very expensive Austrian units, and usually they are not very worthy because they are so expensive. But if they are used very good, I think they are worthy actually. And I have a lot of Hungarian Fusiliers. They are very good at melee combat, and I have some other light infantry units, and my Prussia ally has 3 cavalry units, and also that is a very common uh, army composition. It has a foot guard and a lot of Prussian Fusiliers as light infantry. And let's go to the other side. So firstly, let's see the British enemy. They have 5 light foot already in the loose formation, and he has 4 cavalry units. So it's also a very standard army composition. Oh, there's another. So 5 cavalry. So more cavalry. And here we see that the Prussia has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lancer cavalry. That is very, very extraordinary, actually. And he also have 5 light infantry and foot guard and foot guard. So that his army has a lot of cavalry unit. So he wants to play a very mobile battle, maybe take some advantage at our weakness. So let's see if he can discover that. And here's the Sweden. Sweden has 3, also a lot of cavalry, 6 cavalry units, and the dragoon, life guard of horse, mounted Jägers, and that is a very elite cavalry unit actually. And we see that he also bring. I think he should have something. Let's go. Should have a light infantry, but probably hidden already. So let the battle begin.
Befälhavare. Infanteriet inrapporterar.
Oh, we still cannot see that. That's quite interesting.
Befälhavare.
Anyway, the Prussia has already move forward his cavalry unit, and I think they will take this plateau. So he takes this plateau, and we see that our Prussian ally also want to take it, but he see that the enemy are so huge, and decided to fall back.
We have taken a building, sir.
So many knights coming to this plateau, and so let's see what's going on the other side. Here we see the Prussia move their light infantry into the forest and are ready for a battle inside of the forest, I think. And here we see that the British take the plateau and they encountered the Swedish, but the Swedish only put one cavalry unit onto this plateau, and he's falling back because that is outnumbered, and he set an infantry into square formation and trying to shoot those cavalry units, and I think they will go back or probably try to find some other good targets. Not really. So probably these British dragoon will break here. That is not a very good start for the British. And we do see that they have a lot of Jaegers, 5 Jaegers. They are skirmishers, so they have a less firepower but longer range. Let's see how they decide to fight with them, how to use them. And we see that the British, they are moving onto this plateau and in a very tidy formation, the 3 lines, and the cavalry staying at the back. And I decided to move into this forest. So I'm about to push forward from the forest. And on this side, I only decided to also stay in the forest because the forest is always a very good shelter. And although the enemy take this plateau, but I can just put 3 light infantry in here, and so that they cannot move forward and they cannot move any further. So although that the enemy take a very good position, this is the center of this map, but we have to do our best to limit their mobility. And let's see what this my Prussian ally try to do. Here we already begin maybe a very fierce battle between the light infantries. 4 light infantry from the Prussia stay in the loose formation, and the enemy has also have a 4 or 5 light infantry shooting at each other. You see that is a volley, very good volley. Another good volley. Wow, that should cause a lot of damage. We see, yeah, there is, and their morale is already dropping, and they are falling back. But if the Prussia decide to push in from here, he has to be careful. Yeah, so he's very prudent. He put 2 light infantry inside this forest so that he will not be flanked from here. Anyway, because the British decided to move back into the forest, so that will be a not good fight for the Prussia. So the Prussia are not going any further. And let's see on the other side. So this plateau was taken by the Prussia, enemy Prussia, and the enemy Britain also put a lot of cavalry onto that. So that is very stable for them, and they try to use this good position to shoot our enemy from all the directions. So, but we see that this is only some militia got shot, not a very huge loss. And here we see that some of their light infantry dead because I shot them with my best best skirmisher Wimbucher Jägers. Yes. I use the range advantage and their very good shooting ability to damage the enemy light infantry. They have a very limited ammunition, so we have to spend the ammunition on very valuable targets. So I believe that the Prussian light infantry is very valuable. They are very strong light infantry. They can even beat the light infantry I think sometimes. And here the charge. The Prussia decided to harass the enemy, and they just feel like this is very safe because they have so many, like more than 10 units onto this plateau. But this one cavalry just charging everywhere. Anyway, they are breaking. They are broken. And I sent some of the backup and also charging the light infantry. But the enemy already prepared. They are in the square formation with unit, so I decided to move back. Well, we're actually to another direction because it's very hard to fall back right now. This light infantry are waiting for us, so I really took some damage. And my Prussia ally shooting back. So let's see. Is the British cavalry units charging down the hill? Probably not. Probably they are just in chaos, and the Prussia is ready in square formation. So the enemy also took some damage. And here's, oh my god, my British ally is also sent cavalry from the place very far away, but just got beaten and didn't kill. And this Lancer unit charged my militia, but they got shot by my 3 light infantry units and the light infantry units, so it's such a very intense fight. They got broken and actually killed very soon. So we know that that was a very good defense position. And here we see that my British ally trying to push him forward from this side, and I also support with my Hungary Fusileers. So here's a battle in this forest, but I think that they can just barely see the enemy, so they cannot cause a lot of damage, a lot of casualty to the other side. So this battle will last quite long, I believe. And here's a battle between my British ally to the enemy Swedish light infantry. And they are just, let's see if they can see them. They're trying to stay behind the ground, so very smart position. And they maybe causing the Brits just wasting their ammo. And here we see that the Swedish got some casualty, probably because of the light infantry there, and they just falling back and use this skirmisher range advantage to shoot at the light infantry. But their fire just so sparse and didn't cause a lot of casualty. So right now, the most of the on most places of the map, they are just skirmishing. So here also the Jäger shooting the light foot, and light foot got some of the casualty and the fallback. And here the Prussian shooting at our force. So now let's see some big picture of this map. So we see that, as we already introduced, the Britain, our ally Britain, took this plateau, the left plateau, and the okay. Let's see from the other side. From this is the enemy side. So the right plateau was taken by our ally, and the enemy Swedish are shooting with their skirmishers and also set up a very long stick defense line. And they are trying to take this hill or just making some damage with their skirmishers. But it seems not very successful so far. And the Prussia, they have a lot of cavalry, but are still not in use. Just stay as a reserve. And I think maybe at some point they will charge their lancers from this side or maybe from that side. That they have a lot of choices. Just find the weakness and they can break our defense line. So this defense line extends from this forest to the forest behind the plateau and to the Prussia. And the enemy Great Britain are just defending this from this forest to the plateau. So right now we see that this is in a very good balance. Nobody is in actual advantage. And let's see our strategy. I tried to move my cavalry to the right side and maybe attack from the right, but the British defense is actually not weak at all. So I didn't actually execute this plan. And I see that the Prussia ally has already moved their light infantry into the center. So I think maybe it is still better to attack from this forest. And because of my Windbutcher Jägers, they decide to move their light infantry away from the edge, so they cannot shoot our army from that position. That make us maneuver like that available. So I'm moving some of the light infantry to support the battle in the forest, and we see that the British already start their assault, charging the dragoons, but without good luck. And this foot is also have a low morale and the light foot broken. So the first wave of attack is not successful. This is quite a good volley to the enemy foot guard, which are in the square formation. And these light foot are such powerful. And we see, oh, there's a charge. They're charging their cavalry to this light foot. Good charge. The British ready to take some damage. And are they going to fall back safely? It takes some damage, but not broken. And we see that there's still some light battle going on.
Line infantry!
So far that is. See that the Prussia trying to charge with the Lancer, but decided to fall back. So Lancer is still in some kind of a stalemate. Nobody finds some very good attacking opportunity. My British ally are attacking, but I think they are just taking more damage, taking more casualties. These people are just being shot from the flank, Jaegers. They are shooting the light dragoons. And I hear somebody's charging, is it? And I'm supporting with my Hungarian Fusiliers. Actually, I allow them to shooting in the forest. Forest shooting is like a lot of ammo wasted on the trees, but I don't care that much because these people are very good at melee, and they can just let them spend their ammo and fight in melee. And apparently, actually, I don't know if they are maybe out of ammo, and they are charging my best melee unit, the Czech region. Anyway, the enemy are shooting with the foot guard, so they are not very good. And here we see a massive charge from the Prussia.
Our men are running, sir.
And the Lancers as vanguard. And I also support my light infantry to help their light infantry, the light foot. And I also charged my Hungary Fusilier finally, but the enemy just moved their lancers to here, so they have to fight the enemy infantry and the cavalry at the same time. That is a very tough combat. You see that the battle is actually become heating. So with a lot of lancers coming, the battle is becoming much more and more intense and huge. So you charged my light infantry as well.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
And I also have a general here to help them to the morale to be stable. So that is very important. I also charge my best cavalry unit. They will kill a lot of people. They are very good fighters. And the enemy foot guard, anyways, a good melee expert as well. So they are broken.
Our men are running, sir!
So far this battle is just like forward and back. So back and forth, and nobody is actually winning right now. And also the enemy British cavalry support comes here. And the foot guard are shooting at my 1st regiment in Person. And a lancer charged the musketeer and break them. They're still charging. Probably I decided to save the ammunition and didn't let them to fire at will. And so those Jaegers are not firing, but right now they're firing. Those air guns just have a very different sound. So we see that there's something going on the other side. The British are just retreating, and my Prussia ally are pushing forward from the left side of the map. And I think that they want to support their Prussia ally in the first battle in the middle, and also emphasis to enhance the defense on this plateau, but probably that is a great strategic mistake, because of that, the Prussia are moving to the very back of the enemy, and so it is likely that the enemy are going to be surrounded, and
One of our units has
there's
used all its
also a
ammunition,
very
sir.
intense battle on the other side, the other end of the map. The British are fighting the Swedish light infantry in the forest, and they are also charging each other. The British is in a small advantage from my point of view, because of this. The Swedish Jaegers are just shooting too slow, and they cannot support like the light infantry do, and without the light infantry support, the light infantry have to fight the British with their own. They have a very good cavalry unit, but I think that the British are just shooting them, and so in the forest because they move but not fast enough. So actually the infantry are in advantage to the cavalry, and that cavalry was shattered. And I'm also shooting the enemy with my light infantry support my British ally. And I think this battle in this forest is not finished yet. It looks like the Prussia has almost occupied this forest, but they are just have so few reserve right now. Their people are still on the plateau, so I can actually push back at any time. I think that is what I'm about to do. And the Prussians moving their general, so I think they are trying to launch another attack. And they are really marching very fast. So that is like the position where the enemy Prussia come into this battlefield. But right now they are my ally Prussian army. So they do a very good job to surround the enemy, and the enemy actually they shouldn't feel that safe. They should find some way to break this envelope.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And now I support the British with my cavalry unit, and now the Swedish just hiding in this building, and the other Swedish light infantry are already broken, and so we already the Swedish is almost gone. Oh, that with that mounted Jaeger broken, the Swedish is beaten almost mostly.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
So we see that that's something interesting. They are all British forces, but one is my allied British light infantry, and the other is the enemy. They are marching together. Probably both players didn't recognize that one is the enemy. And here the Prussia, they're trying to take back this hill. That is unlikely.
Our men are running, sir.
But they do pushing to this side. That is a hope that they can break the envelope, and he charged his general to my light infantry. So right now this is a very crucial place if the enemy can take this building and take this forest, there's a hope that they can change the situation. And they are charging with their foot guard, but they are just depleted. Only 21 guys, so they break instantly. And the musketeer are shooting, and the general are falling back. They have only 3 guys, and I think he's dead. The general is dead and broken. That is not very good for the enemy Prussia. He's just not casual enough with the general, and I charge my lancers. They are in square formation, the musketeer, but I just I'm able to shoot them from both sides, and also some people in the building, so they are just hopeless here. And finally I charge my lancers, although they are still in square, but they still break. And also charge with to charge
One
the
of our
light
units has used
infantry.
all its ammunition, sir.
So it seems that they don't know, probably they don't know where to fight. They decide to fight to this side, but the pressure just come to attacking the other side, so they must come back and fight the Prussians. And the battle
Glorious
here
victory,
is not
sir.
good for them.
It is soon to be yours.
So as I said, being surrounded is a very terrible situation. You cannot defend all the places. And I also right now push forward my light infantry from this side. So right now 3 sides are fighting, although they are still holding this plateau, but they're just their army are broken one by one, and the general is going to break. We see that it's just a break instantly, almost all the force, about 10 units breaking in less than 10 seconds. That is a tremendous victory. So let's see that this is a very good game, I think. Both plays on both sides play very good, but we have a better strategy. We surrounded the enemy, and finally we have a huge win without a lot of casualties. And here we see that I got 1,008 kills, and the British got most kills. So thank you very much.